The RayNeo X3 Pro is the most impressive pair of smart glasses you can buy right now. It's also one of the worst things you could spend your money on this year, because there's one problem with these that nobody selling them wants to talk about, and a price that's going to start a whole argument. Let's look at the display first, because it's the reason anyone is talking about these. Glasses like the Meta Ray-Ban display, the Even Realities G2, and the RoKit glasses all give you a small, cramped view. The Meta puts its screen in the corner of one eye, and the G2 and RoKit use thin green displays you can barely fit anything on. The X3 Pro puts a full color screen in both lenses instead, big and centered right where you're already looking. It hits 6,000 nits at peak brightness, which matters because that's bright enough to read outdoors in daylight, where cheaper glasses just wash out into a smudge. What you see works out to about a 43-inch screen sitting 2 meters in front of you. The whole thing sits in a titanium alloy frame, which is how RayNeo keeps it light enough to wear without your nose giving up on you, and tough enough to survive getting tossed in a bag. It's sharp, it's colorful, and it's the first display in a pair of glasses that'll make you stop and stare. On this one thing, nothing else at any price comes close. Which brings up the obvious comparison, the Meta Ray-Ban display. That one's $799, and for the money, it gives you a single screen in one eye tucked in the lower corner with a narrower view. The RayNeo gives you both eyes, a brighter picture, and a screen that sits front and center. But that screen is running on a battery that can't keep up, and that's where the whole thing falls apart. The battery is 245 milliamp hours, and that's tiny. If you're just listening to music with the screen off, you'll get a few hours, but the moment you use these for the stuff you actually paid for, recording video, navigation, asking the AI questions, you're down to about 30 to 45 minutes before they die. That's not even a full episode of Game of Thrones. You just sold your left kidney for a device you have to charge over lunch. At least it charges back up in about 40 minutes, but that just means your day turns into wear them, charge them, wear them, charge them, and a power bank basically lives in your pocket from now on. Now, a quick warning before you spend hundreds of dollars on any pair of these. With smart glasses, everybody's hyping them up, and you risk taking the plunge only to find out the battery's dead by lunch, or the company loses interest and quits updating them a year in. That's why I put together a free cheat sheet so you don't waste your money buying the wrong thing. Click the first link in the description, it costs you nothing. The other headline feature is the AI. There's a Qualcomm Snapdragon AR1 chip inside running Google's Gemini. So you ask a question out loud and the answer shows up in front of your eyes instead of on your phone. When it works, it feels like the future. But when is the key word there, because most of the time it lets you down. Ask it something simple and it'll still answer in Fahrenheit and a chirpy American accent no matter where you live. And it gets basic facts wrong often enough that you learn not to trust it. So treat the AI as a nice bonus, not the reason you buy. It handles the easy questions and fumbles the ones your phone would have nailed. Where the smarts earn their keep is translation. It covers 14 languages. Chinese, Thai, and Vietnamese are in there, along with the big European ones like French, Spanish, German, and Italian. It puts subtitles of what the other person is saying up in about 2 seconds, either on the screen or into your ears. If you travel or you sit through meetings or shows in another language, that part is close to magic. One thing to know is that it needs an internet connection to work, so no signal means no translation. And it's all fine and dandy until you need to talk back. It hears the other person fine and shows you what they said, but it can't say anything back for you in their language. For an actual back and forth, your phone still wins. Plus, translation lives in its own separate app, so you can't just say, "Hey RayNeo, translate this Thai for me," the way you'd expect. It's the one thing you'd want to do with your voice, and you can't. The next thing might be the coolest part of these glasses, or the creepiest, depending on who you ask. But before I get into it, if you enjoyed the video so far, give it a like and subscribe, because every video shows you the gadget's actually worth your money. So, The camera. It's a 12 megapixel Sony sensor mounted dead center on the bridge of your nose. Photos come out at 4K, video tops out at 1440p, and it records in landscape, so your point of view footage lines up wide with exactly what you're looking at, and in good light it's fine for sharing. In low light it gets grainy, and there's no zoom and no manual controls, so it's not replacing your phone. There's also a limit nobody puts on the box, about 9 minutes per clip and roughly 50 minutes of recording total before the battery gives out, so forget filming a whole event. What you shoot saves to the glasses, then you move it to your phone through the app. You can't live stream from these either. It runs the apps, but the short clips kill any chance of going live. The bigger issue is everyone else. A camera in the middle of your face with a little light beside it means people know you're filming them, and a lot of them don't love it. Whatever these are, subtle isn't one of them. Can you watch YouTube or a movie on these? Technically, yes, but it stutters and there are no real streaming apps, so don't bother. The Snapdragon AR1 chip was built for quick AR tasks, and it chokes trying to push a full video app. The screen's fine for a map or a subtitle floating in front of you. If you wear prescription glasses, you're covered. RayNeo sells inserts starting around $49, and for a lot of us, that's not optional. It's the only way the screen looks sharp. There's no monthly subscription to use them, which is worth checking these days when everything wants a fee. And you buy them direct from RayNeo's website, shipping to the US, UK, and much of Europe. So, the verdict. Right now, this is a wait. $1,299 for a first-generation pair that taps out in 40 minutes is a lot to pay to be the person who went first. Give RayNeo a year to fix the battery and drop the price, and the next one is the pair you actually want. If you've got a real use for it, travel translation or daily navigation, and you don't mind staying near a charger, then go for it, because nothing else touches that screen. If not, keep your money and wait for round 2. So, that's the RayNeo X3 Pro. Samsung just dropped their own smart glasses. Cheaper, tied into the phone you already own, and they might be the smarter buy. That video's next. Go watch it.